morning. It is a good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you here to the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. I'm Marietta Carter. I'm a practitioner here, but I'm also your host for today's service, so welcome. I'm also going to welcome everybody who is online, and I invite you who are out there to come in here whenever you're visiting Nashville, Tennessee. We're excited today because our speaker is our founder and our beloved Reverend Mitch Johnson, Dr. Reverend Mitch Johnson. We also have one of my favorites performers, the feisty powerhouse, Kirsty Krause, as our guest artist. And today I'm going to start our service with this affirmation. We are an inclusive, open, spiritual community for anyone seeking a deeper or higher connection with God. And today is going to be a really good day. So if you've never been to our center or a center for spiritual living before, I'd like to share with you a few things about us. We believe all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. We believe in immortality and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe there is only one God, and there are many paths to this God, and we're here to love, honor, and support you wherever your divine path is. So this Center for Spiritual Living is a safe haven for all people of all beliefs and lifestyles. So wherever you find yourself on your journey of faith, you are welcome here. So welcome to our center. Let's begin our service. So now I invite you to close your eyes, breathe in, be present in this moment. Place your hand over your heart, and as you're able, take in another deep breath. And as we continue to breathe in, join me in knowing truth by turning within. And knowing with me that there is a power and a wisdom and a love that surrounds us right now. That same power that created the beginning of everything is alive, and it is still creating, and it lives in each one of us right now, just yearning to create with every breath we breathe. This infinite creative power, it never rests. It never stops creating for a moment, and we are created in its likeness, and it is our nature to live a creative life. This infinite power that I call God expects us to be fully alive, using our curiosity to feed innovative ideas into our consciousness. So today, I invite you to live in the present. Open up your hearts and minds and feel Spirit moving in, around, and through you. Feel that inner connection. And join me as I give thanks for all who are here today. I'm so grateful for all who are near and far and who are contributing to this service by just opening up their hearts and being receptive to love and being present in this moment. I bless our speaker, Reverend Dr. Mitch Johnson, our guest artists and practitioners. I know that the message that is shared by all of them today assists us in knowing the truth about ourselves so we can climb higher to a grander good. I give thanks for everyone's contribution in making today's experience happen, and so it is.
them that God shall get, them that I shall lose. So the Bible says, and it's still the news. Oh, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. Yes, the strong get smart, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the great. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child, yeah, that's got his own. Money, you got lots of friends crowding around your door. When you're calling, spending ends don't come around no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can't help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Good morning.
And Kirsty's mother.
Thank you so much. That was just, thank you. I'm Reverend Laura Landris, and I'm going to do a reading this morning that's going to be a little different. And I wanted to start out with just saying one thing because I feel so blessed this morning because my husband's here with me, and he went through a hip replacement surgery, and he's walking great, and yay. So I'm going to start out with a dad joke. Yeah. So you ready? Why do dads carry an extra pair of socks when they play golf? In case they have a hole in one. Okay, it's a dad joke. Next, I'm going to read a poem called Dad by Karen K. Boyer. He never looks for praises. He's never one to boast. He just goes on quietly working for those he loves the most. His dreams are seldom spoken, his wants are very few, and most of the time his worries will go unspoken too. He's there, a firm foundation through all our storms of life, a sturdy hand to hold to in times of stress and strife, a true friend we can turn to when times are good or bad, one of our greatest blessings, the man that we call Dad. And now I've got one more. This is called Dad, again, by Hope Harrington Coft. Have I said thank you lately for all the mornings you've been up early to work for your family when it would have been so nice to sleep in? For the times you've denied yourself to put our needs first? For your pride in me? The allowances you make for me? Your hopes and dreams for me? And most of all, your love and prayers. Have I said thank you lately? Have I said I love you lately? For being the kind of man I'm proud to call Dad, willing to make sacrifices and accept responsibility, shunning evil and standing up for the good and right, for leaving footprints in the sands of time, fit for a child to follow. Have I said I love you lately? I'm not sure how long it's been, but I want to say it now. Thank you, Dad. I love you. Now I invite you to know this spiritual mind treatment prayer for yourself or someone you care about. I know there is one loving, eternal, infinite mind of God. I know that this universal mind of God is the life and center of my being, and I am one with this spirit of unconditional love. I know the love of God within me allows me to recognize and appreciate my Father's love and all the guidance I have received from father figures who have been in my life. I know that at this moment, the infinite mind of God is expressing through all fathers, living and passed on, the light of unconditional love in their children. All is well and very good. We thank you, dear Spirit of God within us, for placing loving guidance as fathers in our life. We know we are blessed, and we give great thanks for your presence within us. And I release this, my word, knowing it is true, and together, and so it is.
Two things I know for sure. She was sent from heaven, and she's Daddy's little girl.
Hang on. You know what that's called?
Live.
The music director has a brain fart. It's this. Sorry.
Oh, that's help. That's
It was that treatment, and it put me out.
It's too big. I want to dedicate this song to my dad and all the fathers out there. This song is going to be hard to get through, but I'm going to do my best. And there's two things I know for sure. She was sent from heaven, and she's Daddy's little girl. As I drop to my knees by her bed at night, and she talks to Jesus, and I close my eyes, and I thank God for all of the joy in my life. Oh, but most of all, the butterfly kisses after bedtime prayers, sticking little white flowers all up in her hair. her hair. You know how much I love you, Daddy, but if you don't mind, I'm only gonna kiss you on the cheek this time. Oh, with all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right to deserve her love every morning and butterfly kisses at night. All this precious time, oh, like the wind when the years go by. Precious butterfly, spread your wings and fly. She'll change her name today, and she'll make a promise, and I'll give her away. Standing in the bright room, just staring at her, she asked me what I'm thinking, and I said I'm not sure. I just feel like I'm losing my baby girl. And she leaned over and gave me butterfly kisses with a mama there, sticking little white flowers all up in her hair. Walk me down the aisle, Daddy, it's just about time. Does my wedding gown look pretty, Daddy? Daddy, don't cry. With all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right to deserve her love every morning and butterfly kisses. I couldn't ask God for more, and this is what love is. No, I gotta let her go, but I'll always remember every hug in the morning and butterfly kisses.
What was I going to say? Oh, I'm having a BF. I couldn't bring myself to say that. I'm too holy and pure, you know that. Something to keep in mind is, I don't care how, I just care wow. Say that for me. I don't care how, I just care wow. Now keep that in mind. So our lesson this morning is honor thy father. The famous fifth commandment of the Ten Commandments says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So here's what I think. It's quite a bit to handle, but I'll give it my best shot. I think it means more than you're just going to have a long life, because if you get the land, you get everything. You get to choose how your life is going to be on that land. And so the land is going to be your life. It's about all the infinite good you can have, your success, your love in life, anything that you want in life, abundance, health, creativity. So metaphysically, in the in the Bible, father means seed or intent. And in the Bible, mother means the womb or the soil in which it's nourished and grows. The seed grows and bears fruit. So in a sense, father is our desire, an intention, a dream, a new idea, and mother is where the dream grows into reality. So to father, something is to be a father is to be faithful to that desire. To mother something is to hold it dear to your heart with joy and love. Now you see, all of us are father and mother to our experiences of life. We are the seed, and we are also the place where that seed grows. So when I was a kid, maybe 6 or 7, my family moved from Kentucky, where I knew everyone and was related to. This narrow family tree. So we moved to the big city, which was filled with unknown things and people and strangers and maybe even dangers. And my dad said, "Now don't wander too far from the house. I want you close by, because we don't know anybody here, and we don't know what's out there." So, of course, I wandered. One day I explored this new place, and on an adventure, I suppose, I waded into a marsh, and I found some frogs and snakes and things to play with, and I wandered blocks away from our house. In fact, I found new kids and new things, and I was scared, and I didn't get home until after dark. And tears in her eyes. And my dad, though, was mad. And he took off his belt. He proceeded to discipline me in the old-fashioned way. Now, I don't advocate that as a way of child rearing now, but it did have a positive effect. I was taught discipline. How many have heard the phrase, just wait till your father gets home? Yes. Well, fathers often represent that disciplining force, which incidentally, we all need to create anything in this life. Discipline comes from that same kind of word, disciple. So a disciple disciplines themselves through the teachings of the master. So what I'm getting at is this. Whatever you discipline yourself to hold in your mind and heart as an already accomplished fact will appear in your experience of life. Now that's pretty dramatic. I'm going to say it again because a lot of us need to get it. Whatever you hold in your mind and your heart as a thought and as a feeling, as an already accomplished fact, has to appear in your experience of life. So, the idea a father that I'm talking about is not the guy who sits around the house in his underwear and drinks beer. That was supposed to be funny, but it kind of... Another BF. In the ancient Aramaic language, father was Abba. Abba. Sort of a loving presence, sort of a feeling. It's like you're dealing with your head as well as your heart. Now, I do honor my earthly father. He was a good man. He loved me. He worked hard for me and my brothers and sister, and he disciplined himself to do what he had to do to take care of his family. I often wished I was a different father. I often wished I had a different father. But I came to realize as I grew older that he did the best he could with what he knew. And I often wished that I was a different kind of father until I came to the place where I knew that I only did the best with what I knew. And I had about guilt about some things in my life, but I've also learned that nothing new ever happens when you get stuck in an old idea. So I'm glad to say my kids survived me, or survived the way I was, but I know they learned some good things from me. You see, all of us are the father and the mother to our experiences of life. We all have desires, we all have dreams about what we want, what we came here to be and to do. We all are the only place where those dreams can be nourished and loved and practiced and disciplined into existence. Reminds me of a story. Everything does. There was a young man who lived way out in the country with his father and his mother, and he was about high school age, but he was always ashamed to take any of his friends to his house because despite having electricity and despite his father has a well and built running water in the house, he never built an indoor toilet. He had an outdoor toilet, and so he was so ashamed of that outdoor toilet, and he would never bring his friends home. And well, one night he was coming home and he looked up and he saw that all the lights were out in the house. He thought, Dad is asleep. I'm just going to push that outhouse down the hill. So he went and he pushed it, and it fell over backwards down the hill. He said he'll never get it back up again, and maybe he'll build a toilet. So he went inside, and next morning, his dad said, tell me the truth. Did you push that toilet down the hill last night? He said, Dad, just like George Washington chopping down the cherry tree, I cannot tell a lie. So yes, I did. And he said, well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go out there and dig a new hole, and you're going to spend a month building the new one, and I'm going to ground you now for 2 months. And the boy said, but Dad, George Washington's dad didn't punish him for telling the truth. He said, yeah, but George Washington's dad wasn't in the tree when he chopped it down. You know, I have gratefully seen many people take this teaching to heart, grab a hold of it, make it work in their lives. And I've seen a lot of people, maybe more, come and go and come and go and come and go because they're looking for someone or something magical event outside of them to bring change through their lives. But it can't, dear hearts, because the only change this universe offers us is the change of heart we intend for ourselves. You see, when we want something in our lives, we are becoming a father-mother desire, or we are we are embracing the idea that we don't have it. And it frustrates us to know that we don't have it. So Jesus taught, when you pray, when you want to father a new idea, when you pray, believe you have received. Now that's a pretty remarkable statement. And I know what you're thinking. How can I believe what I know I don't have? Well, I say this. The same way you came to believe that you don't have it. What do you mean? Well, you've said it 100 times, haven't you? And you felt it 1,000 times, and you've seen pictures of it, and you talked about it with other people about how it isn't. And you've heard your own self say, I can't do this, I can't do that. But Jesus knew, I think, that there was a greater part to all of us. You want to call it your higher power, your God self, the Christ within? The greater part doesn't know how to doubt. The greater part doesn't know to worry or complain or to judge. You want something? God says, yes, 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 you got it, buddy. Here's all the divine energy you need. Here's everything that you need to make it happen. Here's the energy, the people, the money, the circumstances, the wherewithal to make it so. Because it's already so, you see, in that God part of you. Listen to me. God always agrees to your dreams. Can you get me? I know some of you are going, oh man, he's on a rant again. But God always agrees to your dreams. Turn to someone next to you and tell them that. Now, here's a big jump for some of you. Turn to someone and say, God always agrees to my dreams. Do you understand the biggest job you have in this life? Your job is to get yourself to agree with God. And that is a vibration. You have to be on the same energy vibration as your dream of God is. You see, that dream of God is already on that energy vibration, and you just put yourself there. Well, do you know how you can tell if you're on that vibration? Do you? You feel good. Thank James Brown for that. You feel good. Simple. James Brown was correct. And listen to me. And when you're not on that same vibration, you feel bad. You feel bad. Every time you feel bad, you're not agreeing with God that life is pretty good. Can you think of it that way? You can't match the vibe. Now understand to me, feeling bad is not a punishment from God or the universe because you've been a bad person. It's a signal from God that you and she are in agreement. That's all it is. And it means that right now I'm opening my heart and willing to have a different thought about this whole situation. So to get in agreement with God, find something to feel good about. I don't care what it is. Think of your favorite pet. Think of your kids. Think of your father if you loved him. If you didn't love him, don't think of him. Think of someone you love or someone that loves you and feel that energy. It's a good place to start for your dream. You understand? And I'm going to say, here's the wow part. The only reason we want something is because we think having it will make us happy. But here's a strange thing. When you get happy to begin with, the things you want come easier to you. When you get happy to begin with and start having happy thoughts, more happy thoughts start coming to you. And you start having more people, more situations, more events, more circumstances, and more life starts appearing happy to you. Yes. And then you're much, much closer to that manifestation of that desire. When you look for things to feel good about. Turn to someone now and say, when I feel good, I'm closer to my desire. I'm closer to that divine agreement. Say, when I feel good, tell somebody else that. I'm closer to my desire. I'm closer to divine agreement. See, you're closer to believing. Remember what we said. What? When you pray, believe you have received. You're closer to believing. You see, a belief is just a thought that you have over and over and over. It's a word, a picture, a feeling, an energy vibration you've had over and over and over. See, as Dr. Holmes told us in the Science of Mind textbook, if you can just get your consciousness 51% over the line, positive, and it all starts falling. I think that's because the more energy you get, the more energy you have, and that builds and builds and builds. So, as Dr. Holmes says, a positive thought is much more powerful than a negative thought. So remember, feeling good about something makes it easier to believe that something already exists. My good, your good already exists. It's such a big one to wrap your mind around sometimes because we're so confronted with the world and people telling us this and it seems to be this way, but it ain't true. What's true? What you make true is true. What you make true is true. Wow! My good already exists. Wow! And I'm so glad. Say this, my good already exists, and I'm so glad. Wow! See? If you can keep choosing the positive thought, you will get 51% of your thoughts over the line, and your life will start changing for the better. See, I say, how bad do you want that desire? How bad do you want that health of body? How bad do you want that new love life, that abundance, that special career, that dream that calls to your heart? You know what makes you feel bad, especially? When you have to know how. When you have to know how. Yeah. You go, well, I don't know how. I just don't know how it's going to happen. Do you? Anybody know how? Anybody know how I can get rid of my BFs? I'm waiting for that one. Yes. So you feel good because you have to know how. But listen, dear heart, don't let a bad feeling get in your way. So remember to use that bad feeling to make yourself choose a new good thought. A thought about how much fun it will be and how much fun you are having along the way when you finally get what your desire is. The wow. Forget the hows and embrace the wows. That's pretty good. I thought it up. Yes. Oh, let's say that. Forget the hows. And embrace the wows. Don't let a bad feeling get in your way. Listen, I often tell my wonderful higher power, how wonderful I am and how wonderful life is. Do you ever do that? Took me a long time to do it because I had a lot of Kentucky background. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're in Nashville and you want to go to Knoxville. Now, Knoxville is your desire. It's your dream. It's what you've been wanting to do your whole life. You love Knoxville. You know you're going to love being there. Maybe you have friends and relatives there. And all of your life you felt this pull to go to Knoxville because you sense you belong there. So something resonates in your heart to Knoxville. But then you say, but I don't have a car. I don't have enough money. I can't possibly go. And then right away, guess what? Don't you feel bad? You start feeling bad. And you start feeling doubt, and you feel sorry for yourself. But if you stop and realize that you aren't agreeing with God about your venture to Knoxville, you aren't agreeing with God about who you are and what you want. So then you find in your mind a picture, a memory, like a little memory of you loving someone and then that someone loving you back. And you find in your mind, maybe it's an animal that just loves you. You know, we've had those dogs and kitties and animals. And they respond to that love. You see, with that, what you've done neurologically is that you've created the hormones, you've created the neural tissue that felt good. And that's what makes you feel good. So keep doing it, and you keep creating more neural tissue and more hormones and more of oxytocin and dopamine and all of those good feelings. Oh, wow. You do it until you drown out, blast out, shout out every howl, fear, doubt, till all you hear yourself saying is, I'm already there, brother. I'm already there, sister. You agree with me? Turn to someone and say, I'm already there. How do you feel? A little better? Okay. Keep working at it. Now, I agree. I've learned this. I have to agree with love. And I have to let love agree with me. You follow me on that? So I consciously conjure up some love feeling. And I consciously feel it. And I consciously let it stir up those hormones, and I let it stir up all those nerves, and the brain tissue starts forming new brain tissue. Wow. I have to ignore John. I'm sorry, John, I didn't hear you. What did you say? Okay. Say this, I agree with love. And love agrees with me. See, now, if you do that, and I'm talking about anything that you want to create, you'll see your heart's desire unfold in front of you because you are believing it. You have received it in your heart and mind, and the law of mind must give it to you. It must become so in your life. So you won't care how. I just want to feel it now. Yeah. So what do you want? What do you want? If you're good, I'm just going to say bad enough, but if you're good enough to love it, good enough, you'll discipline yourself to choose thoughts words, pictures, visions, feelings that agree with what you want, that agree with God, that it's already yours. Isn't that what we're here for? And this earthly fathers gave us this life. And no matter whether they were with us or not, they gave us life, which means they gave us the opportunity to create our lives the way we want. So to father something is to be faithful to that desire, to discipline yourself to see it and write it out. Write a story. Go home tonight and write a story this afternoon about how happy you are and how good your life is. And say it and feel it and mother it, even though you may not feel like it. Even though you may not see, I've got news for some of you. So many times people quit. People quit on their journey because they don't feel like it. Who determines how you feel? Well, Laura does. I'm just a poor victim to life. Or Ursula does. No. Dear heart, the greatest choice you learn about in your life is to learn that you can choose how to feel anytime you want. And it takes discipline. It takes practice. Because like anything else in this life, if you don't practice it, you won't get it. Amen? So, you are a magnificent child of a magnificent universe. Honor your Father. Honor the Father within you. Over and over and over with good thoughts, good feelings, good pictures, good words, good ideas. And when it comes to your life, say, I agree with God. My life is good and getting better. It's really good. It's a done deal. Say, I agree with God. My life is good and getting better. And so it is. Thank you.
So now is the time to give back to what serves us. I'm going to ask the ushers to come forward. If there's something that's touched your heart today, there are many ways that you can share your love with us. You can place your gift in the offering basket. You can use a credit card in our bookstore, or you can find a QR code in the front of the lobby. And for our online viewers, please make a contribution using the link in the description that is before you. Anyone else, you can look at our website and look at our address where you can mail a check. Please say with me, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you for your loving gifts.
thank you now, thank you now. Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you, 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 oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Kirsty Krause, everyone.
And a big thank you to Christy Krause, our band director, Larry Faragalli. It's so good to see Don back up on our stage, and Mark. Mark. Gotcha. And of course, wonderful thank you to Dr. Reverend Mitch Johnson. Most importantly, I want to thank everyone who is here today and everybody watching online. It's your presence that's made this service a special one. I have a few announcements. Get your calendar ready, whether that's pull out your phone or something. There's some important dates. We have our third Community Conversation Bravo lunch scheduled for Sunday, June 23rd. Ugh. That's next week. So it was previously scheduled for Saturday, but now it's going to be held on Sunday. So we're going to explore the journey and honor all of our volunteers. The community conversation will begin at 1:30 and it is scheduled to conclude at 4:30. So please make sure to register on the sign-up sheet in the lobby or check the newsletter and website for more information. Now on Sunday, June 30th, there is a brunch mixer that will be held with Unity before our service. It's going to start at 10:30 and will go to 11:45. So come to the service early for a light brunch and a chance to get to know some folks at Unity. Now, after service, there is a town hall scheduled to discuss CSLN's next step. So there's a lot happening on that day. Please plan to join. Also, you can join practitioner David Armholder for a certified introduction to the Science of Mind and Centers for Spiritual Living. This is a perfect class for anyone who is new to our center and or Science of Mind, or anyone who would like a refresher. So before we conclude our service, I'd like to thank all our volunteers. I'd like to thank all of our visitors and would like to meet the visitors in the fellowship hall. So come, meet, mingle, let us get to know you. And right now, I'd like to ask our practitioners, Dr. Mitch, to come to the front. And I'd like for everybody to know if there's something heavy on your heart, don't leave here today without allowing one of these professionals to assist you. If you'd like to attract a new career, a new love partner, more abundance, more harmony in your life, please see one of these professionals in front so they can pray for you. Now, this is normally a time when I say, let's lift some folks up in prayer, but I just want to say it's great to see Alan Woodard here today in our service. Yay, it's good to see. This treatment stuff does work, y'all. It's good to see Gary back there and Gary back there. All perfect, wonderful health, right? Now, as I say this ending treatment in the first tense, I invite you all to make it personal to yourself. I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and release it as you center yourself and as you open your heart and mind. Please know with me that God, the one source and substance of all things, is the giver of all good. God is good, and I am a radiant incarnation of good, and I feel good. I allow the love of God to flow through me, and I know it flows through you, and it flows endlessly through everything. So right now, I invite you to choose love, for I know that love allows us to be the perfect expression that we can be. Today, I celebrate God's precious gift of choice. I affirm that from this moment I wake up to the moment I retire at night, that I make elegant choices that bless others and glorifies the good that's within me. By letting go of thoughts or feelings or that stuff that does not serve me, I let go of any kind of framework or construction that interferes with me from fully experiencing love, and I gain a deeper connection to myself and the world around me. So today, I choose to face any situation before me with an open mind, open heart, and open will to live in the present and to love the beauty in this moment. I know that my inner wisdom and guidance is love. Love is the I am that I am. I invite all to affirm with me that I am an individualized expression of Spirit of God because of love. So I speak my word of love, knowing that as it goes forth, it circles back to me. Today, on this Father's Day, I give thanks for my biological father who made his transition close to a year and a half ago. But I give thanks for the many, many teachers and many leaders who have come before us and serve us from the oneness of love. I am thankful that Spirit has the perfect minister for us and the perfect space for us to call home. I release my words to the law, expecting and accepting this or something even better. And together we say, and so it is.
Okay, let's all stand and sing our closing song. Put a little love in your heart.
Think of a better man, let him help me man. Put a little love in your heart. You see he's getting there. Oh, please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope if you decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart, baby. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Come on now. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Happy Father's Day!
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. Have a wonderful week.